Imagine sitting with your family, reminiscing about a memorable summer vacation. You can almost feel the sun's warmth on your skin, hear the laughter echoing, taste the ice cream melting on your tongue. But wait, your sister interrupts. In her memory, it was a rainy day. The laughter replaced by the comforting rhythm of raindrops on the window. The ice cream replaced by hot cocoa. Puzzling, isn't it? But it is not an isolated incident. Your father chimes in. He swears it was a windy day, the laughter accompanied by the rustling of leaves. You all were at the same place at the same time, experiencing the same event. Yet when you travel down memory lane, the weather changes, the menu differs, the soundtrack shifts. This is not a family feud brewing, but a common phenomenon where the same event is remembered differently by different people. It's fascinating, isn't it? How can people remember the same event differently? To understand this, we need to delve into the complex world of our brains. Memory, as understood by neuroscientists, is a fascinating and intricate process. It's not just about storage and retrieval, it's about construction and reconstruction. Let's take a journey into the maze of our minds, shall we? When we experience something, our brains weave together a multitude of sensory information to form a memory. This process begins in the hippocampus, the brain's memory powerhouse. It's here where our experiences are encoded into memories, like a scribe diligently recording events in a scroll of parchment. But here's the interesting part. Our brains don't record our experiences like a video camera. Instead, they pick and choose different details, weaving them together to create our memory of an event. It's like a painter crafting a masterpiece, not a camera snapping a picture. This process is called memory consolidation. It's when our brains take the raw, unprocessed information from our experiences and transform it into a format that can be stored long-term. This transformed information then travels to different parts of the brain, each specializing in different types of information. For example, the amygdala handles emotional aspects of memory while the temporal lobes handle factual details. But memories aren't set in stone, they're malleable, changeable. This is where renowned cognitive psychologist Elizabeth Loftus comes in. Loftus has spent decades studying the fluidity of memory. She argues that our memories are not fixed, but are instead constantly being rewritten and updated. Every time we recall a memory, we are essentially re-experiencing and potentially altering it. This can lead to a phenomenon called memory distortion, where our recollections can differ significantly from what actually happened. To put it another way, our memories are like a game of Chinese whispers. Each time a memory is recalled, it can change slightly. And over time, these small alterations can accumulate, leading to significant distortions. So our memories are not as reliable as we might think. They're more like a beautifully woven tapestry, intricate and detailed, but susceptible to change and distortion. This understanding of memory may be complex, but it's also profoundly fascinating, don't you think? Now, you might be wondering what causes these differences in our recollections. Well, memory isn't as straightforward as it may seem. It's not merely a process of recording and playing back. Instead, it's a complex, dynamic system, and various factors can influence it. Let's start with personal biases. We all have them, and they often sneak into our memories without us even noticing. For instance, we tend to remember events that confirm our beliefs and forget those that don't. This is known as confirmation bias, and it can significantly alter our recollections. Next up, emotions. Strong emotions, especially negative ones, can enhance memory formation. Ever wondered why you remember a traumatic event so vividly? That's your brain's way of protecting you from similar situations in the future. However, intense emotions can also distort memories, making them seem worse or better than they actually were. Then we have suggestion. Our memories are surprisingly susceptible to suggestions from others. If someone tells us a detail about an event, we might incorporate that detail into our own memory of it, even if it wasn't part of our original recollection. This phenomenon is known as memory conformity, and it's one of the reasons eyewitness testimonies can be unreliable. Finally, misinformation. False information presented after an event can interfere with our memory of that event. This is known as the misinformation effect, and it's a key reason why our memories often don't match up with documented facts. These factors, along with others like sleep, stress, and age, can distort our memories in various ways. They can make us remember things that never happened, forget things that did, or recall events differently from how they actually occurred. So, The next time you find yourself in a heated debate about a past event, remember that your memory isn't a perfect recording of the past. It's a reconstruction influenced by a multitude of factors. Thus, the way we remember things is heavily influenced by various factors. These differing recollections may seem problematic, but they make each of us unique. Our brains are not hard drives storing data in identical ways. Rather, they are more akin to artists, painting our experiences with a unique palette of cognitive processes and personal perspectives. Each memory we hold is like a fingerprint, individual and distinct, even when it comes to shared experiences. This diversity in memory does not make us flawed or unreliable, but rather it makes us human. It's a testament to the complexity of our cognitive abilities and the richness of our individual experiences. It's what makes your memories yours and mine. We should not be troubled by these differences, but rather, we should embrace them. They remind us of our unique perspectives and interpretations of the world around us. So the next time you recall something differently from others, remember, it's your brain's unique interpretation of the world. We all have stories of differing recollections. Do you? Each of us carries a treasure trove of memories, each one painted with its own unique set of colors. These memories, as we've seen, can often diverge from the so-called objective reality. And that's perfectly normal. It's part of the human experience, so why not share your stories? Perhaps you remember an event differently from your family or friends. Or maybe you recall a moment that nobody else seems to remember. These are not just curiosities, they can offer incredible insights into the workings of our minds. They can shed light on how our brains shape and reshape our past, and how our emotions and perceptions color our memories. Sharing these experiences allows us to explore the fascinating landscape of human memory together. It's a journey of understanding, of discovery, and of self-realization. So, don't hesitate to share your memories, no matter how they differ from others. After all, it's these unique experiences that make us who we are.